I mean, I think it got handed down, but for some reason there's a whole lot of there's a big population of people too that just don't steer in that direction. And are we talking about love here? Oh, okay. All right. So I'm on a different boat. Well, let me just scoot into the same world here. Gotcha. Not that had anything to do with like, real love, but yeah. Well, and that was ultimately, I think that was, ultimately that's kind of like I was trying to get to the end, because that part of it could just be a process, until you mature. It's just like, yes, so much censorship happening, It's crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. You're about to play it?
Oh, thank you. All that time, girl, we was on mute. Hey, they messed us up. We sitting here and we doing all this talking. You right. Thank you. He said, I don't know if it's just me.
Man.
See, that's what friends are for. That's what I'm talking about. We ain't even getting to the good stuff. At least y'all didn't hear us muted on what the stuff that we have to talk about. He said, "Wow." Hey, it's crazy. Saying that Cardi B stuff, it'll knock us off. I guess we ain't in the house because we ain't considered the old, so we had to get out. So they like, y'all don't belong in here. So they kicked us out. I'm trying to make sure we got everything up and running and stuff. So yeah, we're good. Let me test on
yeah.
YouTube. That's so crazy. That is crazy.
I wonder what happened to Bando.
Last I heard, I think he had to do a delivery, and it was around the same time that we were doing this show. So he said he would
Gotcha.
come on. And I tried to hold it up. I'm like, man, I'm like, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Like these relationship do's and don'ts and stuff like that. It's like you gotta watch this one.
Right, right.
You gotta
Ah,
pay attention to this one.
well, um, yeah, yeah, I have to agree with you on, your statements on like how it is now, for young ladies growing up, because they're really trying to push, sex, just, and that's fine. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong, of course, with intimacy, I think, the all the stuff that's going on right now, even, some of the things we haven't really spoken about on our show, it's just, so many things are just getting exploited and making things okay. The introduction of sex and intimacy is just really dysfunctional anymore. I mean, it was still going on even when we were growing up, but now it's just like, it's just exploded, where it used to be this like, oh, hush, hush,
Yep. Did I lose you again? I gotta get some drinks. This is a hell of a night. We didn't even get started yet. Look at that. Don't ask me what I made. I have a little bit of champagne. I had some vodka and some other kind of drink mix. You gotta make sure I sip on it because I can't drink too fast. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
Look,
I just got
I was trying to
disconnected
tell them
again.
the kind of drink that I made. I done mixed all kinds of stuff in it. Not too much.
It
'cause I
looks
can't
like
drink
it.
too much.
It looks like sangria without the veggies.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Or remind me of like a beet juice or something.
Uh-huh.
Ain't nothing healthy
What's-
in here.
It's wine?
I did a mix, so I had like a pineapple. So it was a little bit of pineapple, this vodka I had left, and then I poured a little bit of the champagne, and I had a little pina colada and pineapple juice. I don't mix drinks. It was just whatever I had left over. So I said, we making a drink today.
You're gonna have a good buzz.
It's kind of too late. It's already there. Don't get much.
between the vodka and the champagne. Oh my goodness. Oh, I mean, it was only
I'm feeling great.
Oh man, it was only later in time in my drinking years. I mean, not that I don't drink anymore. It's just I don't even mix anything anymore. If I have spirits, like I just have it straight. But it's like I get expensive stuff because that's the only thing that tastes the best that you can drink neat is if it's really good. But I would not be able to mix my drinks, like do wine, even if I did it in the correct order. Oh gosh, it would be a disaster the next day.
Yeah.
Or even that night.
Yeah.
In that night, yeah.
I think I messed up my friends. Let me get them back on. So the biggest thing for our show tonight is the dating do's and don'ts. So I have a list that I've compiled. I've done some research. I've read a couple of articles, and the real MVP. And I read a couple of articles. And,
nice.
What I did was I compiled a couple of do's and don'ts. And I figured, and y'all, they don't know. We didn't talk behind the scenes. So all of this is new to them. This is new for me too. Well, not for me because I've seen the questions, but some do's and don'ts here. Let me see if I can share my page since we watched Megan and they didn't like it. And they told us we had to go. How do you share? So I'm on my iPad, guys. That's crazy. I'm so used to being on my screen.
We got 86th for a second.
Oh, woo. Oh, really? With like views? What?
Oh no!
Oh.
Just like kicking this out of because we were playing.
Oh.
Like it wasn't in alignment.
It wasn't my fault. I did play the video too long because it's like after the colors and the contrast. I told you, it wasn't so much what they had on. It was just the color combination. It just makes you keep watching. And it was pretty cool because then my techie comes in and it's like, oh, wow, this is like a virtual background. So they're technically really not there. Like the only two people that was together was Megan and Cardi. And if you notice, they kind of stayed in the same area. But I thought it was pretty cool to take what we normally see in movies and to put it in videos. I thought it was awesome. Now, the concept, not too much. But hey. So our do's and don'ts. Our first, we're gonna do dating first because we have the do's and don'ts of dating and we have the do's and don'ts of he said, wait, Facebook kick y'all. Yeah, our live was terminated. So this is part 2 from the video. So you're gonna episode 7. We're gonna always remember this in history that we got knocked out. So it was my fault. I should have cut it off a little early, but like I said, the contrast of the colors.
Right.
All right. So we're gonna do dating.
The set's definitely dope. I agree with you.
Yeah. Wait. Say it again.
I said the set design of the vid is definitely dope.
I thought it was super dope. So yeah, I agree with that. Oh, cool. Look, I can share right here. Bam. I have to share, get my page and my fans. I got little bitty people, just a little group of people.
Nice.
It's a little group of people. Oh, look, I can share it to my story. So, the first one, I'm not going to read what they say on here, but the first one is share some real effing pictures. Real pictures. So basically,
right.
They're talking about catfishing. So I don't know. Have you ever used any dating sites to where you had to?
I am one of those few people who have never used a dating site. I've never been interested. I've always let the stars do it for me.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not missing a thing. So, I would do it, and he said, "OMG, online dating." I've done it a few, and I got off because you're pretty much you're meeting the same thing. If it's not about sex, it's about I'm done with those. Me too. I deleted all my stuff off. If it's not just about off top, if it's not about sex, I'm not gonna say all of them have some issues. You really don't. Like you'll meet some really nice people, but let's say out of 20, you get one. And I'm being nice by saying 20. You get one. You just get one. And then they're asking like, why are you on here? And it's like you get tired of the same thing. Like I'm such and such, and I do this and I do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if there was a script, you can just pass it on to them and let them read the card and decide if they want to talk. That'll be great. But I haven't got catfish. Have you ever got catfish before?
No, not that one. I heard there was just a couple of mainstream ones, and then there was the one that was for celebrities. I forget what that one's called. I don't even know. There was two. There was like Tinder and something else. That my friend uses or has used. He just used recently, actually. And then the one that celebrities use, and that one you have to like pay for. So
what is that? I don't know about about that one?
I don't freaking remember what it's called. I can't remember. I'll have to text my friend. She lives in LA. But yeah, you have to pay.
He said, "Oh boy."
What's
a celebrity?
a celebrity? Yeah.
I don't want no damn celebrity. They all crazy.
Right. They're all crazy, and in some point or another, y'all were in contact with someone who's in the ring. So
no.
I'll just leave it at that.
No, why you gotta say it like that, Faye?
I'm sorry. This is my little activist side coming out.
Oh really? It didn't save my thing. I gotta type this again. So, but yeah, that's basically I can't read. Do you see what that comment? Wait. I'm over here. Oh wait. He said he went on a blind date. We're supposed to go to a club. We went to a dark movie instead. Oh wait.
You know what though? I got a funny story for you that I just thought about recently. Oh my gosh. Because it was from like a long time ago. And I was I was in Salt Lake City. This was a while back, and I was visiting my brother. Spent Christmas with him and his partner, and I met this guy. I was at Barnes and Noble just looking at books, always loved going into Barnes and Noble for years whenever it was, nearby. And so I don't know, he was just friendly. He wasn't like trying to come on to me or something, but I think like he wanted to hang out and like, maybe do something, or was hoping for something. And I just, what up, Bando? And so I just, I went ahead. I was like, but I wasn't attracted to him, and I wasn't going there. But I did it just to hang out. And so, like, we went to a club at first, which was really cool. He took me to this, like, really awesome spot. It reminded me a lot of, like, some underground 70s type of club. And the music was all right. Not really, that wasn't really my taste, but it was a cool spot. And then the next time we went out, because I was there for like a week and a half, and my brother, he was dancing for this company, so he would like work, and so he was doing his thing, and I would do my thing. And so the second time we went out, he took me to this movie theater. It was like an indie movie theater, and there was this documentary on people who have like really weird fetish.
Oh,
like,
wow.
And I'm talking about like poo, like shitting on people, and
wow.
And I was like, why? And I was like, why is this happening right now? Like, why did he take me here? And I was just really, I was weirded out.
That's a
I wasn't trying to judge him or anything like that, but I was like, I don't know what you were trying to, I don't know. I mean, some people really do think that, like if they're kind of twisted in their minds about how they think of things, maybe they thought they could get laid showing something like that. Or maybe he just felt comfortable with me, and he was like, I've been really wanting to see this film, do you want to go and see it with me? Which I want to think of it more in that sense.
You said it was date number 2?
It was, yeah, I don't want to say it was fine. It was a date. I don't even like calling them dates. We were just hanging out. Because I don't like to call it a date if I'm not attracted to someone. We would, look at, I'm sorry, Bando, look at this mask.
I know, right?
That is so distracting.
Hey, welcome to my world, you did. So yeah, I gotta put my mask on.
So I guess we're gonna have to bring you up to speed. We only got to the first the dating do's and don'ts, because we have dating and we have new relationships. So we were talking about the WAP, the Cardi B and the Megan video, and I was playing the video in the back so we can get our reaction to it, and we got cut off. So your boy, back to you, Faye. Your boy said he knew that he wanted some Probably so. I agree with you on that one. I just say, Alexa, give me a hand clap. I agree with you on that one. I definitely agree with you on that one. Completely. But Bando, that's where we were.
That is hilarious.
That's where we were. So just to
but it's like before, like, I mean, now I'm I will tell it like it is, right? But when I was younger, I would be, nice and all that, and then I didn't really want to tell them in their face. So I didn't want to think of it that way, I didn't want to think like, oh my gosh, like he really thought that he could try to get me with that movie. Like I just, wanted to, take it to the other end of like, he just wanted someone to watch it with. So, because it sounds better than the other one, like there is no freaking way that you're gonna like pee your poo on me. That is not sexually attractive. I'm sorry, it is not.
Oh God, you're bringing us back to the R. Kelly days. That dude said it's a free meal. You're right. You had a free meal, Faye. You had a free meal.
Crazy.
Oh my God, it's a free meal.
Yeah, so that was one of my funny dating experience or outing experiences. I literally was just being friendly. So, because I mean, I just was not attracted to him. Period. Wasn't my thing. So he was just trying to make friends, and I was like, cool. So I think come to think of it, I think he worked at the bookstore. I think he did, and I would go in there a lot, so it was kind of hard to miss him, like because he was there. So I'm remembering that now.
So you let the man take you out on a date, and you wasn't into him like that?
No, I just wasn't. See, and I was trying to tell Monique, I didn't really like to call it a date because I don't like to call it a date if I'm not attracted to someone. Just trying to make friends. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's gonna be a date, if I'm feeling some kind of chemistry there, and if I could even see myself go there with you, then it's a date.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can relate.
Yeah.
So I can say something about the Megan Thee Stallion thing.
You want to go back? I mean, I don't know I got completely knocked out of the program, so I don't know if it was like a Facebook thing or something like that. But it, because it was muted. I think it probably was the program that it completely, because we completely knocked offline. I had to get back on Facebook and YouTube. But we're back on. We just have 2 episode 7s. So, but it cut off on the video. We was trying to give our, I guess reaction to it.
Well, if y'all didn't see the video, but I'm gonna say it's gonna fuck up a lot of shit in the household. For real.
What you think? Wait, you talking about from a mom and dad standpoint, or from a daughter? They're shooting straight at the young generation with that shit right there. You know what I'm saying? The young generation. We talking about from all the way starting from 17. Well, we're gonna say all the way to from 16 all the way on up. You dig? Because the reason why they say they ain't got to cook and they ain't got to clean, but they got a ring. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, hey. Ain't got nothing on Foxy and Kim. You ain't never lied. That was back in the day. Hey, this is the new version of Lil Kim and Foxy.
But they ain't said no shit like that. Back in the day. They ain't say nothing like that. Because they know better.
You think? That's true. As raw as Lil Kim was raw, but
she was so raw. Oh my gosh.
This a little raw. This is straight up.
But Beyonce, I know she probably like, Lord, I'm trying to clean up, and these children come right behind me and fuck it all up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So right now, I'm gonna tell you like this: it's levels. We got levels of type of generation. Okay, now you girls, so y'all can listen to Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B if you want to. See, what's her name? Becky with the long hair is gonna take y'all man.
Why?
Y'all go
Hey,
listen to
she
her.
in the video too.
That's why she in the video. She giving you
She in the
warnings.
video too. Whatever.
They give me. Listen,
You
she
said the
giving
young
y'all.
chicks out of line. Look, I'm gonna drink on that. I don't know nothing about that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I'm telling you right now. Y'all can listen to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. They already got their money. They good, yeah. They are good. Matter of fact, that's on y'all. You gonna see. You gonna see. Hey, but I say one thing though, they're gonna fuck up the whole generation, man. We had hip hop, love and hip hop, but goddamn, let's put the ice on love and hip hop right here. They ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, we talked about that already. I don't want to go back there. We're going back to dating. The dating do's and don'ts. All right.
Okay.
The next
Thanks for your 2 cents, Bando.
The next one is do ask questions. Don't talk about yourself the entire time on the first date. Have any of y'all been guilty of that?
Yeah, I would say so. Sometimes you just get carried away, and then you don't even know it. So
I guess you'd be so happy. You want the person to know about you because you're so happy, because you're so interested into the person. That's why you talk about yourself a lot. Not saying you're doing it on purpose, but it's just you want the person to know about you. Yeah, you're excited. Exactly.
Thrilling. So thrilled.
It's like I'm actually shy. If I'm really liking a guy, I'm shy, right? And then from being shy, like he may ask me, well, tell me something about you. But then I'm gonna talk about myself. I'm not just gonna talk about myself just to talk about myself. But it's like I'm a talker, so I talk. But if you're asking me questions about me, then I'm gonna tell you about me. And then, so it's not like, I don't know. I'm talking about myself, but you're asking the questions. So you're asking me these questions. I'm going to answer them. And if they happen to be about myself, then I'm going to talk about myself. But I'm not vain. I'm not vain. But think about it. When you're on a date and you're nervous, the easiest thing is to talk about you. Because you know you. That's the easiest thing to talk about. But they say that's a don't. Do not. Like, you have to ask questions. Of course, ask the right questions. But don't talk about yourself. I'm going to lay it all out there.
Well, yep, no. Man, like I said, if you gonna, everybody have them. Everybody got their ways how they express themselves on the first time talking to the person. So, hey, if you're talking about, like you said, if you're talking about yourself, don't go too deep in depth about yourself. Don't just give enough.
But sometimes it's hard, You've done so much. I need to let them know the caliber of woman that I am, so I have to tell you everything about me. Right. You need to know what you're getting into from the front, boo-boo, from the first day, boo-boo.
Yeah, and then there are instances when they're the ones who talk a lot, and then I've gotten better at being a listener, because I can just gab, and I've gotten in trouble in school for gabbing.
That's a good one right there, gabbing. I'm gonna use that.
I think we all can gab. That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
But
right?
I know, right? The next one is do drop expectations. Just kind of to piggyback what we was talking about. So do drop expectations and drop your checklist, meaning let them know what your checklist is, what you expect, and stuff like that. So, I mean, naturally, once you let them know that up front, like, you have to let them know in the beginning. You can't tell them, 5 months down the line. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. Let them know in the beginning. And that gives them the choice to decide whether or not they want to deal with you or whether they don't.
I agree.
Up
because
front. The next one is be yourself. Be yourself. Don't come up in here talking about you own all this stuff. And you don't own nothing. Be yourself. I think it's kind of hard, you know, for some.
Lies are the worst.
Don't go to school. Don't be like, I go to school being a nurse. I've been doing the nursing thing for like 9 months. I'm about to get ready to graduate. Da da da. And you ask you right on the line. Ain't you supposed to graduate in this month? Well, technically, I have to work at McDonald's because I have to keep shipping burgers because I got to pay my bills. That's why I can't graduate. That's why I happen to go to school. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's false. That's false. Real false. You don't do that. That's a no. Don't do that.
So it says, if you pretend to be yourself, basically you make an ass of yourself because eventually your mask will fall off. So.
Oh yeah. You gotta, when you lie, you gotta cover it up with another lie. So you just got a story of lies, You
say your mask will fall off. Wow.
Wait. He saw his face. Not that one you got on. We talking about, the fake mask that you put on, you dumbass.
Wow.
Your fake mask that you put on when you meet somebody, when you're trying to tell them you own all this shit and you don't. Of course, another big one for me is do communicate. Communicate. Communication is one of the hardest things to actually do because people really don't effectively communicate. It's one thing to say you communicate, but if the person is talking to you and you're not listening, that's not communication. And communication is not just talking. It's really listening.
Right.
To be able to effectively communicate.
Right.
Communicate. Don't worry if he or she is the one.
Oh man, I ain't caring about that anytime anymore. Whatever.
I used to be that chick. Be like, oh, is this the one? Is this the one? It's like
I was like that for a long time, and I just don't care no more. I'm like,
I'm not there. Like if he's the one, he'll show. If not, just keep it moving. But I used to be that chick. If he's the one, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like at some point in life, you're actively waiting, you're actively involving, and then there's the other part of you that just don't have a category. You're just there.
Mm-hmm.
I keep that
just there.
I keep that Kuna Matata syndrome. No worries.
What?
No worries. No worries. Hakuna Matata.
Really?
Leave the wonderful way.
Oh, wait, Fago. The other one is wait for it. Meaning, don't move too fast. So,
agree.
Yeah, many move too fast. They're saying wait. Wait, don't move too fast. It's like what you do when you have like those connections that people have that seem to be really instant. An instant connection. It was wait for it, Faye. That was the one you missed.
Wait for it.
It says wait. Don't move too fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you do when you have those instant connections? We know about those instant connections.
Oh my gosh. Or the ones that you're with, you don't even see yourself with, and then suddenly it happens. Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
So, but the instant connections are always nice though, because you knew from jump.
They're
or
nice
even
and they're scary too when they don't work.
Who?
Right.
Go check the door. Oh. Never mind. My son is having some technical difficulties. You got that?
Yeah.
You need some help. So, yeah. Where are we? So this one, when I read this, I was a little alarmed because I'm a big person. I'm big on this. It says, "Don't protect your heart."
Hmm. Well, I can kind of second that. You know, I gotta say, because at this point in my life, I feel like I can second that. Because before it would have been really tough, but now it's like, okay, if it works, then it works, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Then like keep moving, you know. But I don't, you know, if I was actually in the situation, that's the only way that I would really know how I feel. Because it's not like I wouldn't just not care. I mean, of course I would care, but a relationship for me, where I'm at now with myself, in comparison to even like 5 years ago, just so different. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like I would get as hurt easily about things, or yeah, like I said, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you know, I got me, and I've got so many things going on that it's like I could just keep it moving, and hopefully we could stay friends and still love each other in that way. You know, I can do that.
I get it. Shut up. I get it, but it's kind of hard because you got to protect yourself. And like me, I have children. I got to protect them too. But
Of course, yeah.
their point was saying don't protect your heart, meaning they were saying like you'll become a prisoner to like your own, to basically to yourself, because you're going to, by protecting your heart, you're kind of going to be pushing a lot, I guess, away from you because you're not so much.
You're not being receptive.
So, in other words, you're not growing. You're just keeping yourself stagnant in what you know what happened in the past.
Well, it's kind of like being, you know, it's going through the process of getting to know someone in fear, which that doesn't really help, you know? And I completely understand it. I completely understand, like, you know, for anyone who it would still be in that space because that was me for a hell of a long time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just, you know, this is still hypothetical because I'm not actually involved with anyone, but just because I know how I feel right now and like the growth that I've had, or, you know, just in the past few years, I feel like I could be a little more free or just playful, you know, not in the literal sense, but just like, oh my gosh, like I always used to be so afraid of like getting my heart broken, or just, you know, like, is this gonna work out, you know, and then it doesn't work out, or, you know, my heart gets broken.
I have a question. Is your heart?
I want to hear I want to hear you too, Monique. Okay, but go ahead, Frank.
Okay, is your heart is really broken, or is your feelings? Logically? I mean,
logically, it would be your feelings. I'm just saying, heart. You know, yeah, because heart is like, your heart is, it's just there and it's just ready and available. You know what I'm saying? So and I think if you want to get into it psychologically in connection to spiritually as well, that's a lot of ego shit too, you know, when we get hurt. Because we have expectations. But like, again, like they were saying, okay, no expectations. But it's hard, like, you know, like it's tough to not have expectations for us, for people.
So if you write them down, all your high expectations, if you write them down and scratch them out, you'll get rid of them. You won't worry about it no more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so curious actually when it's like I meet someone who I actually want to really have like a relating with, you know, that I actually want to develop something, because it's like I just haven't been feeling it. Like, yeah, I just haven't been feeling it. I just don't want to.
So this is the question.
So I don't know.
Just a question then. So right then, if you I know you still got expectation, but you knock it down a minimal, probably not that much how it used to be, right? So your expectation may be what, probably like about 5 items you expect out of a person.
Just hypothetically, as opposed to 8 or 10.
Okay.
I'm just joking. Like, but no, if you want to give it numbers, I guess, you know, just hypothetical numbers, you know, just so we have something to compare.
I'm pretty sure it's the basic though. The basic things. It's not really out there like it used to be. So
whatever. Basically, they say about your going back to your heart. It's they say our hearts are meant to be broken. They're meant to shatter. That's what makes them stronger, and that's what makes us human. So,
right.
I guess I'm still protecting my damn heart.
She's like, I guess.
Yeah.
No, and you can, you know, and that's the beautiful thing, because that's who you are. And, you know, when you meet someone, you know, that can just be graceful about that, then you could just, you know, fall right into their arms, like when it's time, because they were so patient with you. And how beautiful is that, right?
Men don't have, most of these men don't have patience. I'm sorry. And that's a whole nother story. But most of these men don't have patience because they feel it's a competition. Ain't no damn competition. It's not a competition. Take your time. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
Marathon.
Right.
So they say do turn up on time, meaning do arrive at your date on time. No, thank you. You can have it, sweetheart. Do arrive on time. So I think, yeah, for my first dates, I arrive on time. I've had some where I wasn't as punctual, but it was because of something, and I made him aware. It's been a while since I've been on a date, not actually seeking many. No. And I mean, I'm usually on time. Now, after the first date, you know, I might be a little bit late. Just a little bit. You know.
Right.
It's not like I have to put on much makeup or anything, but it might be a little bit late. Now, this is one for me. They say do be interested. I think because I'm so busy, I can portray to, let's say, someone that I'm interested in, that I'm really interested in, that I'm not interested. But I am, but to them and the actions and what I'm doing, I'm not interested. And you know what happens when the person feels that you're not interested in them, they kind of separate themselves. So I've had that to happen. Oh, I thought that was a comment. I've had that to happen. And then I guess if they're saying while dating, if you're on the date, of course, please be interested in the person that's sitting in front of you. But I think for me, I looked at it as, you know, most of the time you're communicating with a person nowadays. Before you have that date, you're communicating with them on somehow, like online, social media, or some type of app. So you're technically kind of on a first date, but you're just speaking. You know, so you may not get to a physical date if you don't show some type of interest in the beginning. You know, and in this dating world,
it makes it easier in that way.
It does, but interest is more than that good morning text that you get every morning. You got to do more than just that.
Of course.
You know, so I think I fail in that category because I may not show the man that I'm initially interested. Like deep down, I'm like super excited, but they will never know that. Because like for me, I'm really waiting on their actions to see what they are doing, to see how interested they are. You know, it might be one-sided. It might be a little one-sided.
Yeah, that just reminded me of an instance the last couple times where, you know, suddenly it was like they got really interested, and I'm like, I am so busy. And I just felt really pressured. And so I got irritated, you know, and then I kept it real and I was very eloquent about my communication, but I was like, oh, this is why I can't date right now because I am so busy, you know? just attitude, you know, but it's so funny because like I liked it in a way because I was always wanting to hang out and date and like, you know, get to know people. And it would be distracting sometimes, you know, whereas I'm like, no, I don't want all that right now. You know, I'm good. So it's like, there's a part of me that wants to give me a pat on the back in comparison to how I was before. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, it was just like pressure. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this.
What do you think, Bendo?
All that shenanigans what y'all talking about, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, that's all good for the nice and birds and the whistles and the bees, you know what I'm saying? Let it happen. Let it happen.
So what's the male version on this? You know, we women talking. I see you over there doing something. What is the male version of this? Let me see you back.
Well, most likely, I mean, y'all hit everything on the nose. And then most men be like, you know, is she curious? Is she interested in me? You know, she feeling me or she not? Trust me, he gonna ask everybody in his book, his mama, his grandma, what you think about this? What you think about that? You know what I'm saying? They really, you know, we be, you know, shit. We be happy more than y'all, fuck. But then at the same time, shit, if y'all don't show it, then guess what? That's kind of definitely like, you know.
We gotta keep our cool. It's a pretzel. We gotta keep, you know, we gotta keep our cool. See, and I think it's different. It depends what everybody is, because you know, you get guys. I don't know, maybe girls for you that are interested in you, but they are you gotta feel them out to see what their interest is. You know, everybody doesn't have that interest that you may want them to have in you. You know, you gotta fill out what it is.
Mm-hmm. What
do they want? You know, maybe they're just trying to get close to you to get up in you. You know,
like you got some, like I said, you got some guys that's out there. We, you know, on that too. We trying to see where she at as well, not just you know, the cookies. Because at the end of the day, man, the cookies will be good, but what's up in the head? Like, if the head ain't right, I mean, I ain't talking about that head. I'm talking about the head, the brain. You know what I'm saying? You talking about the one you think, you know? Shit, you know? Shit. For real. Yes, Lord. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The next day, look, we gotta move on that one. You about to turn us into Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. The next thing is, don't keep checking your phone. I've gone on dates, kept checking your phone. I've even been guilty of that. But I keep checking my phone. Because I have, like, my notifications go off, not social media, but my house notifications, you know, cameras, all this other stuff going on. And me and mommy mode being away from home, I'm looking, you know, to make sure everything is good and making sure that they're straight. But it's very hard. I guess, you know, we pick up our phone like every 5-10 minutes. So it's kind of hard when you're on a date not to pick up your phone. It's almost a habit, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, these are different for me. Like I said, it's like it's been a long time that I've been on a date. So I probably got to brush up on my
ditto.
Well, that's what it's called.
Wait,
what?
And I don't care. Just kidding.
Social distance. That's what it's called.
You really can't go now. Absolutely. You really can't go.
Right?
You can't go now.
I know. I was like, and I was telling my friend, I was like, I've been training for quarantine for some time now, you know, because I've just been like doing me hardcore, you know. So I was like, this is nothing new. Just in the last few years, anyway.
You say, hold on. You say doing you.
Oh, Bando, you know, come on. We ain't trying to do WAP, all right?
I'm messing with you.
We passed the WAP.
don't pay me no mind. You know me. I stay in the gutter.
That's what I was like. We
You know what I'm
passed the
saying?
web.
That's gonna be the new thing. The WAP.
The WAP. The
See,
WAP.
over his head.
Right? Okay, on to the next.
Look, this one is for you, Bando. Do listen more. Do listen more. That's what you do when you're on a date. I guess I don't know how that applies, but I guess.
So hold on. So you trying to say men don't listen? You saying men don't listen to you females? We don't listen?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, in this particular conversation here, you missed the whole joke because you wasn't listening. So that applied to you. The next one is don't be underdressed.
Ooh.
Don't be underdressed. Don't go to them. Don't go to no date with no shirt. You know, Bando showing off the little V-neck, the little vest. You know how the men be doing. I think this is mostly for women because nowadays
women. Speak for the women because the women. Yeah, the women's be showing all their cleavage and everything else. They be half naked. You know what I'm saying? Like they about to go to bed.
A little bit of cleavage is not bad. That's not a bad thing. That's what it's made for, the tees. They make these bras so they can sit up nice and purty, and they give you a little bit of tees. But cleavage tees is okay. It's the difference when you're showing cleavage, you're showing ass, you're showing thigh, you're showing stomach. Like, you can't show too much. I mean, I'm going to need you to go home and wonder what it looked like. Like, I can't just show it all to you right there.
Well, we talking about the women that go out here and dress up like they going to a strip club. Everybody go and slide down the pole. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we talking about. So cleavage is okay.
Yeah. Okay, cleavage and half legs and ass showing too at the same time too. That's more than trying to give a man trying to give something to woman. That sounds like, you know what I'm saying? You trying to make a man be like, God damn.
Bando, you're proving my point. You're not listening. I don't even want to know what he was doing. I turned away.
Oh my God.
I missed it.
Making some noise.
All right. This is probably for me, for Virgo. It says, don't try to be perfect.
Yes, Lord. Nope. Hey, you know what? That's for everybody, though.
Don't try to be perfect, but you know us. We don't like to be called perfectionists, but you know.
I know, like it's an insult, right?
It is.
It's like, but the perfection is part of the imperfection. Is part of the perfection. Whatever.
I said that's everybody.
I love perfection, okay? And if it doesn't end up that way, I can get with that too. But I love me some perfection. Damn.
At the beginning of perfection.
At the beginning of perfection, what?
No, they're talking about when you're on a date. We're still talking about dating. We're almost close to new relationships, but we're talking about dating. They're saying, try not to be perfect.
Perfect, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just
be yourself. Be yourself.
So they say, do make eye contact. That's very hard for me. Like, okay, when I don't respect you, I don't make eye contact with you at all. I will look at everything else but you, because I don't respect you. But also, when I'm on like that first date, and it's like, you know what happens? Like, man, if you get that right type of eye contact, it might mess it up. You know, you got to keep the cookie in the cookie jar. But that right type of eye contact might make the cookie jump out the jar. So I can't really look at. I mean, I'm going to look and I'm going to look off. I'm going to look off. I can't stare.
That's funny. What? So when you're saying that, do you mean like it's too much of a giveaway and you don't want to go there yet, or
it depends. It depends if I'm really attracted to him.
Okay.
I can't, like, because it's like, if I'm really, really attracted to you, and if I give you like that good eye contact and you match me with my eye contact, it might go down. It can't go down just yet. So in talking, I'm gonna look at you, but I'm gonna look off, and then I'm gonna look at you, and then I'm gonna look off. So that's just one of those things. I'll make eye contact with you, but it ain't gonna be that. You know how like we're talking and I'm looking at your eyes, I'm looking at your facial expressions. Yeah, it just depends. It just depends on the guy.
So while we're on that topic, Monique, real quick, because I just kind of something just came to mind as a segue, and I think we talked about this before, and like intimacy. So intimacy is very important to you, right? Like that is kind of like the first thing, and then C. Not that it has to happen that night. I mean, of course, I like to build up to that point too and get to know someone a little bit more, just know their energy and chemically and all of that. And then when it gets to that point, then if it's good or not good or like something that you can really get with, and then you work it from there, right? Because for me, it was, the sexual part was really always important. Because if that's like a check, okay, then we can move on from there and see where this can go. Because I think that would still be important to me right now. I don't know. I really like a lot of intellect too. So, because there's been times in the past where that was really good, and it was like, okay, I think we can talk a lot about different things, and we're trying, but then we're always busy doing this, So, is that? I mean, I think that's really important to you too, right, Monique?
The
and Bando, the sexual part,
the intimacy part, right?
Yeah, the intimacy part, yeah, like kind of like I know that part, and then everything else develops from that point, and then of course.
So that used to be my struggle with dating,
mm-hmm.
because I used to be that one to kind of meet the person, really enjoy them. It's like I was a go with the flow type person.
Yeah.
And going with the flow sometimes is good, but not always good, because when you go with the flow, you sometimes kind of forget those things that you need to ask, those questions you need to ask, because you're really not taking your time. So before you know it, the cookie is given, because I'm going with the flow because it seems so right. But just because it feels right doesn't mean that it is right.
Right,
so,
right.
And intimacy is very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a very intimate person, so I have to connect with you in my mind for the intimacy to actually, to be great. But it's important. It's important, because if it's not there, then I'm not there. Like it has to be. It has to be there. So that used to be, not anymore. I've grown. So don't be trying to get me in my inbox thinking I'm gonna give it up on the first night, because I'm not.
Right.
You gotta put some work in. I know where I am now. I know who I am. I know what I possess. You get to that point at some point in your life that you really begin to evaluate yourself. So it's like men will probably pass me by because I take my time. And I take my time because, I really want to get to know the person and who they are. And then I want to kind of put those things to the side. The scary part in that is because you could really be feeling a person and like everything, but when that intimate part comes, what if it's not great?
That's what I'm saying.
Like my father passed away, but my father would always tell me, you got to test the waters. But Dad, I don't want to test the waters just yet. But he's like, you got to test the waters. But I'm like, I don't want to go around testing everybody's waters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you get those instant connections. And I'm telling you, like, when you have them instant connections, they beautiful. I don't know what he said. Wait, he said comments are faster here. It's like, instant connections are so beautiful, but you don't really get them. And it's like, it's a blessing to have experienced it, in my lifetime. But he said stop. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's my take. I'm gonna stop before I say too much. I've already said enough. That's my
Uh-huh.
intimacy.
Well, I'm going
To answer your question, intimacy is very important.
Yeah, it always was for me too. I can't imagine that it wouldn't still be important now. So, but yeah. And I have a relative who was like, oh, was asking me if I was like dating. And I'm like, I don't really care right now, And she's like, well, as she was, because she knows I'm picky. She's like, well, I just want to say that you can't be too picky, or else you'll never. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it, because I'm gonna be picky, because it's just all gonna be the tea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
So
very picky. I'm not super picky, but I am. I know. I know what I want. I'll be 41 in like 2 weeks. Like, I know what I want, so I'm not gonna sit and settle for less. And
exactly,
it's like I'm a very down to earth person, and I'm very kind hearted. And I realize that you meet certain people, and then when you share life experiences with them, instead of them, realizing that you're stronger than where you came from, they're really expecting you to be either, basically they would take your kindness, as a weakness, and it's not necessarily true. It's like, don't cross me, because I'm not like, I'm not gonna, it's not about who gonna fight who, but it's like, the type of person that I am is, the best way I can explain it is just rare. It's just different, because you don't really have many people with good hearts. Most people want what they can't get from you. Most people want to use you, because they want something, from you, versus somebody that's actually trying to help build something with you. And I know I'm digressing, but we're gonna leave that right there. You got something else to say on this one? You got something else to say on this one? And we'll go to the next one.
We'll go to the next one.
All right. The next one is, don't spend too much time talking about past relationships. I hate that. Like, you could talk about it. Like, talk about it to the point that I understand. But if we, like, in a relationship at this point and you still talking about it, that means you have some unfinished business with that person.
Yeah. Yep. And you still locked in with it.
Yeah,
you still locked in with that person. I mean, you can talk like every now and then, but when you talking about it, I'm talking about all the time. All the time. We can't go nowhere. We can't go too far. Can't go too far, because you're still stuck with that person.
Yeah, it just makes you feel like a rebound.
Then matter of fact, it could be soul tie. It could be soul ties still there too as well.
There you go. You're right.
That's another thing.
Soul ties.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, soul ties could be still there. So at the end of the day, hey, you might as well just wrap it up before you even talk about, look, what's up with me and you? Nah, them soul ties still there. So you got, man, my jamma.
Man, my jamma.
Why this light so bright? Ew.
For real.
Ew.
That's low.
But yeah, I agree with that. Like, I want to know about your past relationship, because that's going to help me to know where you come from and the journey that you've gone through. But it's like, once we talk about that, and then maybe in some other conversations, it'll come up, because we're talking about maybe ways that you've grown from a situation and you're using that as an example. Cool. But if you're like, man, she used to do this to me and she used to do this to me and this, I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit. That's back then. Like, that's not me.
Right.
So, The next one is, don't think too far ahead.
Right? Look at you.
I be like, ooh, that my husband. That my boo-boo, girl. I see it in the future.
Oh my goodness.
In the future.
It's so funny.
No, okay. That used to be me. That used to be that type person. But that's not me anymore. I think I'm just there. Hey, chill out. I think I'm just, I don't know. I've gone through a lot, in my time. And I guess, I know it sounds so just blah, but I'm just there. So if I meet somebody, I'm not expecting, like, when I meet you, we're existing. And there's no future projection until we talk and we continue to discuss and I learn, about you. And it's again like you really have to learn a lot about a person. You know, just telling them good morning in the morning or good afternoon or just speaking to them once a day is not enough. You gotta say
Right.
something. How else you gonna get to know the person besides good morning, good afternoon, good night? All right.
Duh.
I don't know. I guess you would like this one, Vandal. This one says, do offer to pay for the bill. So I guess we're saying as women, we should offer to pay for the bill. Like, you want me to get that?
No.
You want me to get that?
So.
I got it. You can put it on my black card here.
What? Man, you ain't about to son me. You ain't about to son me. You ain't about to little boy me. Hell
So
no.
I feel a little indifferent. I think, Faye, you about to say the same thing. Because if a woman asks, it depends. It depends on the man you're talking to. Because if a woman asks to pay for the bill, then sometimes it's an insult to the man. And then other times it may not be an insult to the man.
Right. Or, we do half like they were.
Listen. That before you even see a bill hit the table, that bill already been paid for already. We're gonna just walk out.
Well, I worked in the restaurant business. Restaurant business, and they, like a huge parties will, come in and then they'll be handing you the card already because I don't want the fight at the end of dinner, And so at the end, when they're all finished with dinner and they're ready to check out, they're all trying to reach for their card and all that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys, but he or she's already given me their card.
Like I said, the waitress not gonna see. You ain't gonna see no receipt or nothing messing with me. You ain't gonna see no receipt. You
right?
You're gonna get up and leave. They're gonna be like
Bando's way.
You're gonna be like, you ain't paid. Don't worry about it. It's taken care of.
I retract my thought. I was about to say, Bando, be careful what you say because your inbox is gonna go crazy. Because I thought you were saying that they ain't have to worry about nothing. Like, you got that. You got it down.
Don't
like, we got that. Your inbox is about to go crazy. But you talking about doing some illegal shit. Nah, I'm too pretty to go to jail. I'm sorry.
No, I damn. I ain't even talking about no illegal shit.
I thought you were saying that you would leave without paying for it.
No.
My bad. Maybe
It's a way how you
listen. I'm sorry.
It's a way how you take care of the bill. So you want to see a receipt. You want to say nothing about who's gonna pay the bill. Everything was. I can't give you my secret because I can't get no one. Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
On that note, you need to watch for your DM. It's about to blow up.
Hey, for real.
That's when you that's when you go to the restroom and on your way there you already give your card.
Okay, on to the next one. Don't use no cheesy lines.
I'm sorry. No secret. Don't use
no cheesy lines. Like, girl, your legs must be tired, or your feet must be tired because you've been walking through my mind all day. Don't use no cheesy lines.
Yeah, that would just make me cringe. Sorry. I'm like, really? Are you sure about that? I don't know. Anyway. You always know when something like that, it's just a line and it's not real enough. Authenticity.
Oh, man. That's crazy. So what else?
Hold on.
Yeah, what's next?
Hold on, I want to say something right quick. What is the line? Wait, because I hear y'all saying something about, because that sounds like a man line, but what is the woman line if she really into a man? Do a woman have a punchline that she really interested into the man? Like, what's the woman punchline? Like, when the man, yeah. None.
Oh, I don't.
At all?
I mean, if I'm interested, I'm going to just let them know I'm interested. Either I might clown with them, depends on what level we are in. If I'm clowning with them, I'll let them know that I'm interested. Perhaps at this point, I'll let him know if I'm pursuing him. And then that way he'll know where I'm coming from. And if he doesn't wish that I pursue, then he would say something at that moment. But I'm pretty much a straightforward person. It doesn't. I don't. Back in the day, maybe I would
Don't be
clown
around the bush.
around and stuff like that. But I'm just straightforward. If I like you, I like you. You know, and then
So
if I feel
what
that
about
if I'm interested in you and it's not going anywhere, then I'm gonna let you know that too.
so what about you, Faith?
You know, I don't have any punchlines when it comes to, you know, to all that. I mean, if I really like someone, what I would have done before, I mean, I would be scared to tell them, but now, I mean, it would just, yeah, I don't have anything to lose really, you know. So, yeah, no punchlines. Not like, I mean, it just, yeah, that doesn't work with me because I think that just speaking your truth is just way more poetic than, you know, trying to make something up, you know. So, right?
I agree.
Right.
So the next one is do give a compliment or two. So I give compliments.
Yeah.
And if I really like you, I'm gonna make up a nickname for you.
Yes, Lord.
So I give compliments. If you play it, you have to play over there. You have to turn it down low. All right, so that's pretty much that for our dating. And so these are the questions that I like. The ones over here. These are things not to do in a new relationship. The do's and the don'ts. So this is from a new relationship standpoint. So the first one is don't wait by the phone for your partner to call. Don't. Where did Faye go? Oh, I think she went out. Yeah, it says don't wait by the phone for your partner to call.
I mean, you ain't got a life. I mean, you need to find something to do. You're waiting for him to call y'all. You waiting for her to call you. So I mean, you need to find something to do. Got too much time on your hands. Cause then you're gonna be overthinking shit. Man, what the hell? Yeah, you're gonna be overthinking shit. That what she doing, what he doing, da 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 da. You got too much time on your hands. That's what that means. Don't wait.
I agree. I used to be that back in the day when I was a little young. I would sit by the phone, be like, "You're not calling me, not calling me." Now I have too much to do. It usually comes to me that I haven't called, you know, them. So, yeah. The other one is, I think, is a very good one. It says, "Don't introduce children into the relationship until you both have a mutual agreement on where you stand." I think that is very important.
Yep.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very, very important to not to do, and I'm proud to do that. Don't put your private affairs on social media. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness.
Don't do it. I know too many people that they put their private affairs on there. Don't do it. Leave it. I'm not worried about what you're doing. I'm not worried about it. Don't expect your partner to be a mind reader. That's going back to the dating to communicate.
Right.
Don't let your partner be a mind reader. So sometimes, don't expect your partner to be a mind reader. I used to be that chick. Be like, I would do certain things. Be like, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Not a mind reader. Don't act.
Yeah, you really just got to speak your mind.
Yeah, because you could be throwing blank messages out there that a person may think you're talking about that, but then it's something else. Then you be like looking at them like, what?
Uh-huh.
Like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just been a long fight between men and women. You know, I can't read your mind. You know, it's usually, I mean, the old story is that was always the guy's right, but but now.
But hey, I mean, now we live in a new world now. Cause now
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It has things have shifted. They keep shifting. Yeah. You know,
and they go and it's like they get really, you know, straight to the point. Like, hey, nigga, is about this. You know what I'm saying? We got this
right?
Whole random house. Yeah, for real.
Really? We going back there? Really?
Hey, no. I'm just saying. Carry on.
Say, don't ask too many of your single friends for advice.
So they gonna
right, especially. Yeah, the key word single.
They're gonna give you single advice. That's what they're gonna give you. They ain't gonna give you no kind of relationship advice. All they know is about, you know, shacking up. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
Don't ask too many of it. It said, don't put down, always build up. So don't discourage your partner. Always encourage your partner. That depends on the situation, because sometimes it might be a little hard. I'm just playing.
Huh?
All that Virgo coming out.
I'm just playing. Hey, what if you have a partner that, you know, I mean, you don't put them down, but you just say, hey, babe, can we do this in a different way?
Lovingly.
Yes, in a loving manner. Don't let your partner leave clothes at your house. If he don't live there, you don't need to be there. Don't let him leave clothes. Don't let her leave clothes. Don't let him leave clothes at your house.
So how new is this? How new is that stat?
I don't know. It just says
like
new.
New. Okay.
It's new. So.
Yeah. Okay, new. I'm sorry.
I guess it's before it's a new relationship, so obviously it depends.
Yes, of course.
It's a committed relationship, but still, you know, in my days where I really moved fast, I could see something like that occur. It wouldn't be clothes. It'd be like little small stuff, like a pair of shoes or a toothbrush, you know, something like that. You know, I guess it was their way of making it, you know, themselves, I guess, known, or I don't know, or their presence. That they're there. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, it's an attachment thing too.
I think so. Yeah. When you look at
it is.
Yeah. What are you doing? It looked like he's just marching, like he upset.
What y'all talking about, man? Y'all hey, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. What I'm doing over here. Y'all watch y'all what y'all doing. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm working over here.
It says, don't ignore trouble. Watch the red flags.
Right.
So, you know, some people have a tendency, and this is for a lot, like in relationships, you see the red flags up front, but you ignore them. Because in your mind, you may be thinking that, oh, this is just here, this is just now, and it might be a little bit different, but run. When you see red flags, don't ignore them. Either address them or walk away from them. But don't stay in them. Trust me, it'll save you some years.
Definitely a past mistake.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, definitely for me.
And more than one too. For me, so.
Absolutely, more than one. It says don't lie. Don't lie, Craig. Don't lie. It says like you don't want your relationship to be built off of something that's not true.
True. Yep.
So
I agree on that.
You know, start from, you know, tell the truth from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Don't share bank accounts. Why would you share bank accounts?
Oh my gosh, you know, I made that mistake once in my life. And if I ever get married, okay, that's a huge caps in bold. I think I would not even do it. Seriously. Because I like my own stuff. And we can be interdependent, okay? Interdependence.
I agree on that one
But
too
this is for a
because
new. I think sharing bank accounts. Okay, not even a monogamous relationship. Once you get married, then you start putting your stuff together. You know that's understandable. But if a marriage is not involved, you're not in my finances because I pay my bills, and I don't need nobody
Right.
going through me like, bruh, you know, or even questioning me. Like you went to Starbucks. Like woman, you went to Starbucks for the last 3 days, 2 days in a row. You're getting a drink
And
and a sandwich, and it's in this account. Like no. So no. They say don't bring friends and family into minor arguments. I say period. Minor, major, medium, it doesn't matter. I say keep family and friends out of your business. Your relationship is your
for
relationship,
real.
and it's between two people. Stop running to people telling them about your stuff. Now, it's a difference if you're going to that person perhaps for advice to be able to look at the situation in a different way. But don't run to the person just to drag for the person you with. No.
Yeah, it's over venting.
Yeah. And I said well this one is saying even when you bring them to get advice, perhaps maybe the person you're getting advice from is someone that won't be biased, or sometimes you can have family members that are not biased and they can see you for who you are and that other person for whom they are and give good advice, and then sometimes they're gonna side with you. So, it just depends. But at the end of the day, keep family out of it. Now this one is for me. Don't give up the cookie too quickly.
Oh, girl.
Wait. My little cookie jar is so wrapped tight. They got locks and chastity belts on it, and it's locked on its clothes. Poor baby, she don't know what it feel like no more. Poor baby.
I'm gonna say it's applied to men too as well too, because we can't be trying to make love to every woman on the earth because every woman is not for you because you may have a stalk on your hand on trying to make love, trying to milk the clock. Well, y'all would not understand that, but
What you
that's
saying?
the way.
You got some stalkers. You had a couple of stalkers in your time.
Yeah, back then, yeah, I did. So at the same time, like you can't make love to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't make love. You can't give them everything. Not the front door, not the front door, not the front door, but the side door.
So this is where this gets tricky. You might say this is where this gets tricky because sometimes women, and I'm only speaking from a woman's perspective. You're getting a situation and you think that the situation may go further than what it is, and you wind up giving the cookie only to. And I'm not saying that once you give the cookie, the guy leaves. He'll stay around, but it kind of stays there because in your mind you're thinking that it was progressing forward and you were moving together forward. But over time, you realize you just become the F buddy because it's not going anywhere. But you're being intimate with that person, but you're not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you really have to pay attention to make sure you're on that same page with that person, and it goes back to communicating because you can go off of your own assumption that's not accurate, that's not true, and you can make up your own stories in your mind, and you can see it all in front of you, but it's what you're seeing is an illusion. But that's the thing to not. It's like you're not intentionally trying to become a buddy, but that's where you end up. And it's like it's really tricky. You have to really be careful and really watch. I mean, pay attention to what's going on in the relationship or situation, entanglement, whatever you want to call it.
Entanglements.
You gotta watch it. But hey, giving it up too quickly. I'm telling y'all, I don't give it up. I gotta wait. Look, what is that book by Steve Harvey? The 90-day or 60-day rule, 90-day rule.
I have not heard of that one.
Really? I forgot one of them what it's called. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna tell you about it.
Okay.
The other one is don't compare your new relationship to your past relationships. Especially to the person. Like that's a no. That's a don't do. And I definitely
that's the moment.
Yeah.
That is the moment where I'm like, we'll finish dinner and then that's gonna be it. Because if you're not, if there's energy lingering and you're not done and you haven't completed that,
right.
Then
don't compare. Because I damn sure ain't bringing up my past to compare it to my future. My past is my past for a reason. And it's
it's nothing about like personal, it's just like you want the person to be able to be present. You know what I'm saying? So if they still have lingering issues, then that's never good.
Right.
Mommy, what's the girl name?
That's Miss Faye.
Is a boy name? What's the boy's name?
That's Bando. You can call him Bando.
Wait, what the
wait a minute. Let me finish and we'll talk about it. The other one I have is, well, we mentioned this one. Don't talk about the future us too soon. Like, I've had that happen to me, and it's very scary because, sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, this is going to be this, and I can see this, and, marriage and all that. We're talking about really, really soon. Like, this is a new relationship. I've had that within like a couple of days of like maybe 2 weeks of meeting and some, stuff like that. And it's like, wait a minute. I don't even know your middle name. Like, let's slow down.
I don't know your middle name.
I gotta know your middle name first. And I'm
exactly.
I'm so bad with remembering things. Like, I'm bad with birth dates and stuff like that. So it's like, no.
What's Karen?
Oh, wow. This is an interesting one. It says, don't pay for everything. Allow yourself to receive.
Allow yourself to be what? Seen?
No, allow yourself to receive.
Oh, to receive. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I agree on that.
What about this one? It said, don't sleep over at each other's house. I can't sleep over.
Don't sleep over each other's
that
house?
defeat the purpose of giving up the cookie.
Mommy.
Well, only if too soon. Don't give him the cookie yet.
But you can't sleep over.
I mean, if you got, look, if it's the right time and you did, that your intuition was on point. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you?
You can sleep, with the person. I've had situations where, no intercourse or anything had, taking place and you actually sleep and you're enjoying, the vibe, the aura of that person. But
We can't sleep over.
if I count it on 5 hands, it's about once or twice. So I just stay home.
Right. Okay, I want you to lay down. Yeah, I mean, on the first date, kind of, you want to like. That's not really in the picture.
I don't have
but
many of those. I don't have many first dates, and like.
Oh, right.
I don't have many of those.
Yeah.
I don't know. It said, don't take your new partner to family gatherings. So this must be new. Say, don't take your partner to family gatherings until you are in a serious relationship and it's a serious partner. Woo. I agree with that.
Sorry, what was that? What was that again? I'm sorry.
It said, don't take your new partner to family gatherings. They say, let family gatherings be just that, for family, until you are in a serious relationship and your partner has met your parents, and then feel free to tag them along. It depends on one of those things of how you want it. Maybe it's a wedding. Maybe you just don't matter. Maybe it's a wedding. And you can just take them. Show up. Show out. I don't have any comments.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They say, don't overcall or text. Ooh, I How that is, Bando? You had that girl to ever call you 4, 5 times, 6, 7 times a day, and give you all
A
them text
stalker.
messages? They said don't
A stalker.
overcall and don't overtext. Don't be sending me them
A
texts.
stalker.
I don't want no dissertations.
Them damn stalkers. You
That's
like
what
shit?
it
Where
is.
you at?
That's what it is, a stalker.
Looking for your ass in the daytime with a flashlight. You heard me? Yes, Lord. Yeah, but I ain't bragging. Shit, that's what I don't do. But anyway, it happened before.
I got a three strike. I'm not gonna say it's a rule, but after 3 attempts of trying to contact you, if you don't contact me back, then I won't talk.
Keeping it moving.
So this is the last one. It says, "Don't say I love you prematurely." I agree with that.
I said I love you.
Cause you say no, you can't say it prematurely. I teach him love. See, look, don't say it prematurely.
I love you.
He does it anyway. But that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta make sure that you know what you're saying, because them words are powerful. You can't say that.
I mean, then on top of that, you gotta know, like you say, you gotta know what you're saying. Then that shit really, you can't play with that shit, because if you don't know it, don't say it at all, because definitely you can get yourself in a lot of shit that you would never think you would get yourself into. Like one of this week, I saw on Instagram something happened. You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's a thin line between love and hate. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes, Lord.
I was saying, so yeah.
Like the love chat.
That's all my questions for the day. I didn't realize, guys, 9:49. Considering we got kicked off earlier, but
It's been 2 hours.
I know, yeah, we're gonna save the good idea, bad idea for next week. As you know, guys, this is just a little fun segment that we had a couple of questions about the about relationships. So we have this part called "Hear Me Out," where you can write to us anonymously, and what we'll do is we'll read it on the show. We'll keep your name private. Of course, you shouldn't list your real name. Please don't do that. But if you have an issue, you need an opinion or advice about something, we're gonna talk about it on the show, and we'll give you our advice. And our opinion. Of course, topics discussed will be live streamed. You will remain anonymous. These are opinions, it's not from an expert, and our opinions are based on experience. So you can email at wniywtalkshow@gmail.com and enter in the subject line "Hear Me Out," and we'll read it. We'll feature one reading on the show, and we'll talk about it. So that means you got to tune in on a Wednesday to hear us out. Look at him talking about we all late talking about some cookies. Cookies! I bet y'all love them cookies.
I love cookies.
You got no, you don't.
Yes, I do. I do like cookies.
Oh, okay, chill out. You have Oreo cookies. You got vanilla cookies. You even got what's the kind? They got the Oreo. Have the new kind of cookies. It's some kind of cake. It's carrot cake cookies.
Cookie Monster. Yum 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 yum.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some later. So I know we want to talk about the I'm saying it wrong, Faye. Is it turmeric?
You on mute, Faye. You're mute. You're mute, Faye.
You're on mute.
Faye, your mic. You can't hear you.
Sorry, because my baby's crying in the back right now. Yeah, no, he's been getting bloody nose today because it's hot over here.
You want us to pause it for the next one?
Yeah, let's just do it for the next one because we're already hitting 2 hours. So let's do next week.
Let's do that. Yeah. Well, in that case, I guess Bando, you gotta give us the exit.
Well, like I said, I would say this on now. On top of all this relationship goals and all that, man, Make sure you take care of the person you love. Make sure you call the people that you really love, and make sure you don't mess over the people who you really, really, truly say you love. Because one day you may be on your deathbed messing with someone's heart. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I want to tell y'all, call the people that you never talked to in a long time, that you never heard from in a long time. You have some grudges, whatever the case may be. Just call and let them know. Look, hey, I was thinking about you, and you know what I'm saying, it crossed my mind what you're doing today, what you like, I'll come over and check on you, some edible fruits or something like that. Check on them, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, let them know. Go check on the old folks home. Them people need love too, you know what I'm saying? Even though that's not your folks, hey, I'm not lying, but yeah, that's what it is though. Y'all go ahead and, what's new in y'all world, and let us know who you went told that you love.
And on that note, guys, that is the wrap of our show. Yeah, tell her white. I've trained one. Oh, now I'm back to light. Y'all see everything now. I had my blue phase going on today. You see how blue? Oh, you gotta see with my shirt. It says some things are better left unsaid.
Right?
You can get that at pureblisstees.com. Y'all go check it out.
Nice.
But guys, check us next Wednesday. What's new in your world? We stream live on Facebook and we stream live on YouTube at the same time. That's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Check us out. Who knows what we talk about? We talk about all topics, right? So check us out. Our Instagram page is at WNIYW. Facebook, same thing, at WNIYW. And our YouTube channel is What's New in Your World. On that note, guys, thank you for tuning in. This show was pretty long, but it was pretty fun. So hopefully you'll take some of these do's and don'ts and apply it in your next relationship. And hey, you can write to us about Hear Me Out to let us know if it helped. See you guys later.
Peace and blessings.
What a good show. It's the end of the show. Right, end of the show.